Hi everyone, Nicole here. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited for our Lunch and Learn today. I can guarantee that today you'll all walk away feeling inspired and excited about what you do and the community that you're in and the future of massage industry. Talking about the positive impact of collaboration in the wellness industry and how working together is the key to helping us help more people. We'll also talk about Preventative Health Awareness Month and how it will empower you and how you can get involved. And then for anyone who's not familiar with ClinicSense, here is the deal. We are your all-in-one practice management solution, and it's our mission to help you run and grow a successful business. What makes ClinicSense unique is how easy it is to use. And I have to give a shout out to the customer service and also, of course, the plethora of tools you have available to help simplify running your business. So what that means in your day-to-day is that you'll spend 75% less time on your admin, giving you all that extra time to do what you really want to do and spend that on your clients. Your client documentation is easy, fast, customizable, and HIPAA and PIPEDA compliant. And you also have awesome marketing and communication tools available to help you stay connected to your clients and really nurture all new and existing relationships. If you're not a ClinicSense customer and you are intrigued, we do have a 14-day free trial. Drop a comment and we'll also help you get you signed up. Right, on to the task at hand. I have the pleasure of introducing our guest today, Margaret. She is the founder of Wallace Wellness, an award-winning integrative health clinic. She's also the visionary behind Canada's Preventative Health Awareness Month. We'll talk about that a bit later today. She's also an educator, empowering Canadians and now therapists all over the world, really, to improve their health esteem. She's also a speaker and, of course, a multi-award-winning massage therapist and clinic owner. And just a quick look at what we'll talk about today. So without further ado, hi Margaret, it's so nice to have you on with us.
I am so excited to be here. It's always a pleasure to connect with other like-minded professionals who just want to elevate not only their business, but our profession. So I'm really excited for discussion today.
Oh, yay, thank you so much. One of my favorite things I must say about talking to you is not only seeing your passion for the industry and feeling your positive energy, your positive vibes, but also your perspective on the massage industry and how your perspective of how huge our impact can be on health and wellness. So let's go beyond massage for a minute and talk about what it means to think big and the role massage therapists have in global wellness.
Yeah, I'm passionate about this. So I've been a massage therapist for 32 years. And I can remember back then, more than 3 decades ago, I wouldn't even hang my postgraduate diploma in massage therapy because it said masseuse. It never resonated with me, even way back then. I had a vision for what I then, 32 years later accomplished. And that was that as a massage therapist, we are right at the center of the integrative health model. And what does that mean? Well, it means that we play an intricate role in both for our patients and our clients to really collaborate with all different types of healthcare professionals, doctors, other massage therapists, physios, naturopaths, mental health professionals, everyone. And that our profession is really uniquely positioned because we are afforded a lot more time than the average regulated health professional is to spend one-on-one time in our treatment rooms to educate, empower, and connect not the person on our table, perhaps with other professionals, with education, thinking beyond our treatment room walls because we have the time to help make those connections to help improve the outcomes of the people we have the privilege and honor of treating. But even more than that, what I love about what we do as a profession is if you look at massage therapy through the lens that not only do we get outcomes in mental and physical well-being, but we also can take the strain off the healthcare system. And now more than ever, our healthcare systems are strained. Access to resources are limited. It takes often a long time either to get in to see your doctor or to get testing done, but people are struggling. And we're seeing the fallout of that on our tables. But as a massage therapist, we have the opportunity to actually reach beyond our treatment room walls, deal with issues while they're on our table, connect those people on our table to other practitioners which actually puts us in a good light with the other professionals around us, which is really great. It allows us to establish a connection with other healthcare professionals that then can refer to us. And I know we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. So I always like to say, think global, but act local. And when I say global, I both mean, yes, we can do this online and go across the world. We can educate globally. But if we can think beyond our treatment room walls, even into our community, whether you're referring to another massage therapist who maybe does a particular type of treatment, you're seeing someone and you've got results, but maybe they have TMJ problems and you know a therapist that's really highly trained in that, and you can make that referral to them. Or maybe they need to see a counselor so that they can help. Once you deal with the emotional release on the table, you can help them, guide them to see a counselor for some cognitive behavioral therapy. This is how we gain that trust and help really to empower our patients to be the CEO of their health. And that's what it means to me, to realize just how importantly critical our profession is, not only to our patients, but to the overall healthcare system.
I love that. And it's so easy sometimes to forget that, because even though we go into this job, we want to help people, we want to help as many people as we can. But it's easy to forget. You get lost in running a business or the day-to-day, or not burning out. We understand the power of collaboration for helping more people. How is that going to help me as a therapist? What does that look like for me in my business?
Oh my gosh, it is so critically important. And I think I'm really on a mission to change the mindset of collaboration over competition, because there's room for all of us. Let's be candid about that. Last week, I had the privilege of being at Queen's Park here in Toronto with 23 other registered massage therapists, the RMTAO, invited some of the leaders in the profession to go and to advocate and lobby for massage therapy with the Minister of Health, with the Minister of Seniors, and with change makers in our government. And one of the things we talked about is this mindset that there is room for all of us, and that we have to, as massage therapists, work not only together, but to collaborate also with other healthcare professionals. We need to do a better job at singing our praises and collaborating and telling our stories to other regulated health professionals, whether that be to a physician, whether that be to an optometrist. And you might think, well, why would I collaborate with an optometrist? We're going to talk about that in a bit. I have. Because think about it this way. How is it going to help you? You mentioned it takes a lot of time and energy to continue to build your business, and we can get burnt out and trying to get people in the door, and the cost of an acquisition of a new client can be challenging. But think about it. If you've got more people on your team, and your team doesn't just have to be under your roof. Your team can be the doctor that you've now earned the trust and nurtured a relationship with because you've got outcomes that have helped one of his patients, or the physio that you refer to and therefore they refer back to you. All of a sudden, you've got other healthcare professionals that are referring back to you, which helps with marketing. It ultimately helps with the bottom line, which we all care about the most, which are the outcomes that our patients get. And so when we are the conduit in the center that refers people out, but then builds that and nurtures that relationship with other healthcare professionals through collaboration, they refer back to you. But who looks the best when you've made a referral and that patient of yours gets better outcomes, or feels better, or it gets resolved an issue because you're working better together as one with other healthcare professionals? It looks good on you. You build your reputation, because at the end of the day, I know all of us, what do I want most? I want to help people. But there's more strength in collaborating and using the strength of numbers, other people referring to you, and then helping you get the outcomes. We have our role to play. And boy, oh boy, is it a strong one in healthcare. But we also can have other practitioners that are going to help our patients, and then it reflects really well on us for making a sound referral, for helping them get better. And then also for our business, it's going to help over time. Like I did, my clinic was 80 to 90% doctor referral once I sold my business 30 years in. That was earned by getting outcomes, by consistent nurturing of relationships, by collaborating. And when you collaborate, it's a mindset of thinking, what skills do I have? as a massage therapist that can solve the problem that perhaps a doctor or a naturopath or a physio or a chiro can't. Not apart from them. It's not that they just have to see me and I don't want them to see them. No. How can we be better together? And when other practitioners start to see where you fill the void that they can't, it makes them look better too. And then the cross referrals happen. So from a business perspective, you build a stronger foundation, you build better referral base, which results in better outcomes for your patients, but it also results in a better bottom line for you financially. And you're not as burnt out because you're feeling supported. I'm going to say very candidly, massage therapists often feel isolated and alone. They feel like all they're doing is they're in their treatment room and that's all they know. Well, yes, we work one-on-one, and that's something I love about our profession. That's what attracted me to our profession. But we don't have to be isolated and alone when we reach beyond our treatment room walls and find the ways, because it also elevates. Do you know how much learning I have done from collaborating with other healthcare professionals, whether it be a doctor or any of the others? I learn from them, which helps my clinical skills and vice versa. And as massage therapists, we are not doing a good enough job of making sure other practitioners understand our value, understand how we can help them, and therefore understand how they can refer to us so that we can help our business, we can feel less stressed, and we can be as passionate, if not more passionate, 32 years in like I am, than I was when I opened 32 years ago with this hope that I'd get a doctor referral. I was determined, and here we are. If I can do it, trust me, so can you.
That's so good. It's so nice to know, after all that time to build on that passion it's very cool to see. I know I saw in places I've worked before, I've seen therapists hesitating to refer, especially from a massage therapist to a physical therapist, or to someone that they think does similar to what they do. So It's that mindset shift of we can all help each other, and getting over that feeling of you're going to lose clients, you're going to lose business, because then that person's going to take everybody. And then how can you recommend people to get past that mindset of fear of losing business?
It's about building this muscle, confidence. You've got to do it. When you start to do this and you start to see it coming back tenfold, it builds your confidence, not only in what you do, us collectively as a practice or as a profession, as a massage therapist, but what you do yourself, you, the massage therapist, with your own genius, with your own interests. We all, sure, we take, schooling, similar schooling, and we write in Canada, we write a government board exam, but then we layer on, don't we, tools, each individual massage therapist, because of our passions. For example, I'm internationally certified in infant massage. I've got my professional designation as a consultant in aging. I've taken many extensive courses in microcurrent point stimulation therapy. So we all have different additional continuing education apart from what we've all done together. So then I'm uniquely who I am. And it doesn't matter. I had 10 massage therapists in my own clinic, plus doctors and naturopaths and chiros. I mean, I had them all under Wallace for Wellness umbrella. But just because I had 10 other massage therapists, and often would refer within our clinic, that's always great, you can do that, or even outside of our clinic. And quite often you'd have, patients say, oh, you're referring me to another massage therapist outside of your own clinic? Of course. Because if my goal is to get the best outcome for the person we're treating, how do you think that patient feels when they know that you have their best interest at heart? When they know that you are seriously committed to doing whatever it takes to help them live optimally at every age and stage of life? What that does is build more referrals even from the patient, because they feel heard, they feel supported, and you're helping them be the CEO of their health by collaborating with others around you. And so it takes practice, because it does feel uncomfortable. So how do you do it? Well, you do it by flexing that muscle. And even when it feels uncomfortable, do it anyways. And the more you do this and you start to see the benefit, the more confident you get. And the more confident you get, the more risks you'll take. And sometimes, I often say my father was an amazing entrepreneur, not in healthcare, but an amazing entrepreneur. And I learned so much from him, rest his soul. And he always said to me, Margaret, fail forward and often.
Hmm.
If we don't take risks and we don't try new things, or we stay within our comfort zone, which in a massage therapist is in that treatment room walls where we're comfortable because we're clinically sound and we're good and happy here, we don't grow. And when we don't grow as a clinician, or then we don't grow as an entrepreneur, then we don't grow as a business owner, then we don't grow as a profession. And that's where we see other professions get ahead of us because of the mindset that we have of ourselves. We have to take ownership of that. And so I think that the key is, how do they do that? You do it even when you're uncomfortable. You gain more confidence the more you do it. And make sure you have mentorship with other healthcare professionals. I truly believe one of the things that are really lacking, and I know we're going to talk about this in a few moments, is mentorship opportunities in our profession. That's why I started business mentorship coaching, because I want people that I always searched out for people ahead of me to learn from them. Or even not even people ahead of me, but it's often nice when somebody has done something and done it well, learn from them. Get curious, ask questions. If you change your mindset to collaboration and you get curious, you lay your curiosity there. People like me, I love to be able to share what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Because at the end of the day, I want our entire profession to be elevated. Because if our whole profession elevates, it changes the game for every single one of the massage therapists under that umbrella. And so I think it's about really, and I keep going back to it, changing your mindset and getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then doing it anyway.
Yeah, uncomfortability is where the growth is. What's the saying? So we have a question and actually read my mind. How do you start? Starting from the bottom, how do you start a successful collaboration or a purposeful network with people in your industry?
So I did lots of different things, and unique and fun and interesting things. So many, 32 years ago, I literally wrote a one-page short, brief marketing letter. I put on a proper, I don't want to say business suit, but yes, business attire. And I actually made, and maybe this wouldn't go over as well now because of, concern about infection and all the things, but find a unique way. What I did is I baked homemade banana bread, healthy banana bread. And I wrapped up my banana bread and my marketing letter with my business card. And in the early days, I was pounding the pavement and going from doctor's office to doctor's office, preferably a doctor's office where there was more than one physician. And just doing a mail out or sending a letter to a doctor's office often ends up in the trash bin. Face-to-face connection where someone can see you. You're dressed professionally, you've got a smile on your face, you're warm, and you go up to the receptionist to say, I've got something for you, and I have referral pads. I'd like to introduce you and introduce our clinic to you. Here's what we do, here's who we serve, and I'm going to take it one step further. Here's some referral pads. We'd love to either do a lunch and learn for your physicians, or I'd even like to offer a complimentary massage for the physicians because they need to feel confident in my skills so that they'll refer to our clinic. And by the way, here's some banana bread you might want to have with your coffee. That campaign worked for years. We'd get calls saying, we're out of banana bread and referral pads. Can we get some both?
That's so good.
Now moving forward, we didn't have the benefit of this that many years ago. There's so many unique and interesting ways, but you can never underestimate the power of connecting face-to-face with people. And I know it's uncomfortable. Public speaking isn't for everybody, but put in your mind, if you can speak one-on-one as you do hour by hour in your treatment room, then you can one-on-one go in and see a doctor or see a physio clinic or go to a naturopath's office and tell them what you're there to do to help them. Ask how they feel you can be of assistance to them as well. and start to nurture those relationships. I went to so many after hours local business meetups back in the day, whether it's your Chamber of Commerce, now there's even virtual ones online. I took every opportunity I could. I did free community webinars and seminars so that people would get to know my face, my brand, our team. So you became a trusted resource. That's how you get started. And all of a sudden, it's like dominoes. When you start to push one, then all of a sudden it starts to tick and the momentum builds. But it has to be feel good for you. And this is where I love in my coaching, where we brainstorm about who you are as a practitioner. What's your why? What fires you up? And that's the message and story you have to tell. You have to become a contagious storyteller in an authentic way, not rehearsed. And who are you as a practitioner? Who are you as a human? And why are you doing what you're doing? And then find ways in your community to share it. And at first, it's not going to be comfortable. And you're going to tweak it. And that's what a good entrepreneur does. What worked? What didn't work? But the more that you can bring yourself to and share your why you're doing this, and then how you're going to help someone else. It's not about us. I'm going to say this, and this isn't a marketing and business 101, but I do want to say this because I think most massage therapists make this mistake. They talk about themselves. I'm so-and-so, I do this, I do that, I do this. No, that's not what they want to hear. There's a massage therapist on every corner. You want to understand the person you're talking to and what do they need? How can you help them? And then address your connection with them from that lens. So-and-so, I do this, I do that, I do this. No, that's not what they want to hear. There's a massage therapist on every corner. You want to understand the person you're talking to and what do they need? How can you help them? And then address your connection with them from that lens. Do you see the difference, Nicole? There's a distinct difference. Instead of just saying what I can do, what problem am I solving for you? And that requires active listening, being innovative about the way we respond. And then, of course, it will come up how you can do it through your own skills. But you really do have to solve a problem for someone else. So get creative and this should be fun. This is the stuff I still love doing. I'm still finding fun and interesting ways to educate and empower everyone on the power of touch and the importance of it in our profession. Hence, we're going to talk about FAM in a minute. Like, I'm constantly thinking of different ways, and you can too. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's amazing. It's again a mindset shift. And once you get into, I saw this video the other day about perception versus perspective. And if you get out of how you see the world and into how the person you're trying to help sees the world, that's how you reach them. Yeah. So I found that very powerful. And you're saying the same thing. So you figured it out ages ago.
Well, yeah. And I think through trial and error. Because when you think about human nature, we want what we need, right? But what's going to resonate is when you hear somebody say something, you go, oh, I relate to that. That's what I need. So it's no different than when we're thinking about marketing, sitting in Google. I'm always looking at keywords that, what is someone going to type in? So here's a perfect example with baby massage. We know that, and maybe a mommy wouldn't know that baby massage is great for gas and colic or teething or whatever it may be. But if I'm a mommy up at 3 a.m. because my baby's screaming with gas pain, I may not know a massage therapist could be of help at all, but I'm desperate and I'm behind my computer and I'm Googling screaming baby, gas, help, my baby's got gas. Those are the words or the ways, the problems that I'm going to solve for you. So in marketing to you or building and nurturing a connection with you, whether it be with your prospective client or patient, or whether it be collaborating with a healthcare professional, that's the lens I want to look through. How am I going to solve some of the struggles that physician has? How am I going to solve some of the struggles that midwife has, or that optometrist has? I was trained, I mentioned, in microcurrent point stimulation therapy, the dolphin. How cool is it? We don't massage eyeballs, but I do have the dolphin that downregulates the autonomic nervous system, reduces cortisol, reduces inflammatory markers, and lo and behold, an optometrist. I worked inside an optometry office one day a week. I had my own clinic, but I plunked myself inside an optometry office to work. And now there's a research paper being done on using the dolphin for amblyopia, lazy eye, retraining the brain, and dry eye. Dolphins within our scope of practice. I'm not physically massaging, but it's in my wheelhouse of practice. Now I have all these referrals from optometrists that you wouldn't have even thought of. It's thinking like this, not like this. This is limiting. When we start to think about our why, what do I love doing? And for me, education is number one. I don't, and I say this to every therapist, I don't sell anything. I don't sell the massage therapy services. I don't sell the arnica that I might, suggest that a patient use to help with muscle pain. I educate and empower them to make informed decisions for themselves. And how do I do that? By stocking their toolbox with as much information as I can and connecting them so they trust me, and then the patient is able to make an informed decision. That's what we're talking about, and that's what's so powerful. And you're absolutely right. Building that, ability to communicate and share your story in a powerful way is a game changer. It doesn't matter how many massage therapists are in your town. You will stand apart.
Amazing. I'm sure through all of your coaching, you've seen maybe the same problem repeat itself with therapists. Have there been any common struggles or roadblocks with therapists that you've seen a few times, and how did you overcome that?
There's always commonalities, and one of them is that you said it right at the top, we don't think big. We think we're just a massage therapist where we're supposed to fit in here or there. No, I believe we're right at the center of the integrative health model. So first of all is changing the mindset of massage therapists to be proud of what we're able to do. One of the other things is really feeling, am I within my scope of practice? Of course you're within your scope of practice. One of my biggest strengths is truly understanding my lane, understanding where my skill set, my professional skills, I'm able to be. But my biggest strength is knowing when I need to refer out, and then nurturing that referral so that I know that I can feel, because anytime I make a referral, it's a reflection on me. And this is where I think a common struggle is, well, Mark, I don't know where to start. Well, start with, in your community, okay, what physio, what massage therapist, take 5 key practitioners, a doctor, a physio, a naturopath, and maybe another massage therapist, an osteopath, a nurse practitioner, whatever it may be, and start to nurture those relationships. Be strong and confident in your skill set, because they need what you have. But you also need to know when you can refer out, and them feel confident that you're going to make a positive referral when it's needed. What does that do? And what does that say to your patient or your client? It says that you're going above and beyond, that you believe they're the most important member of their healthcare team, but you're there to be the conduit, the spoke in the middle of the wheel, to send them elsewhere, so they're going to get to be overall be better. So one of the struggles is just even thinking that they have that role to play. Massage therapists often don't think that way, and I don't understand why they don't. No, don't get me wrong, there's many that do. But that's one big struggle. Another one is, well, the doctor in my town won't even think about massage therapy and referring to massage therapy. Do you know what the first question I ask a therapist when they say that to me? Why? Why do you think that is? This is where we need to start to get real honest and real about us individually as therapists, but also us collectively as a profession. That's one big struggle. Another one is, well, the doctor in my town won't even think about massage therapy and referring to massage therapy. Do you know what the first question I ask a therapist when they say that to me? Why? Why do you think that is? This is where we need to start to get real honest and real about us individually as therapists, but also us collectively as a profession. Is it because that doctor really doesn't understand the value proposition of massage therapy in general? Have you done the work and necessary to show that practitioner that you're worthy of a referral? What have you done? Like, you've got to start to get honest. So when I get a great outcome, I often will ask the patient if I have their permission to connect with their doctor or their physio to let them know what I've done. All of a sudden now they're like, oh, or I empower them to share, give them the information to help share, arm your patient with the information to share with their other healthcare team, give them the card and say, I'd really love to speak to your practitioner. Let them know this is what I've done. I've often done a little note, gave it to the patient, and that patient is then going to give it to the physician or their naturopath. And all of a sudden, the phone calls are coming into my clinic, not just me going out. So, I mean, we could do a whole series actually on obstacles and barriers of thinking that therapists have on, and therefore keeps them stuck. This is what I love doing. And this is how I've gotten incredible results with so many therapists that I'm coaching. And they start to realize that like their joy comes back in the profession. They're having fun, and it should be fun. I love what we do. We touch lives on so many ways, but we touch community. You know, I think one of the strengths, and all of us could use this, think about here in Canada, and I'm not sure in the US how long they were not allowed to practice during COVID. But here in Canada, it was 3 months. It was remarkable and humbling and so rewarding. When we got back in, and I lobbied hard those 3 months, I was in contact with all of our patients during the lockdown. I was doing free webinars, showing them how to do remedial exercise at home, doing breathing exercises with them, like talking with them, keeping that connection going. But when we got back into clinic after 3 months, there were so many people that not only were happy to see us, they were saying, I regressed because I wasn't here to see you. That's the win in preventative health. Connection and touch is so critically powerful. People don't thrive without human connection. And we were isolated. The World Health Organization talks about social determinants of health, one of them being social connection. And so we serve so many purposes. And if you really soak up and take some time to reflect on those hard times, but then when you got back in, are you having those discussions? I found a cancer during COVID because of preventative health, a person who comes to me regularly, and because we feel their tissues on a regular basis, and because she invests in her healthcare on a consistent basis, I felt a slight change because we feel different changes when someone comes on a regular basis. And I didn't want to scare her, but I said, hey, have you felt this? Have you had a mammogram? No, because of COVID, I hadn't. Long story short, I encouraged her to go have it looked at. I got a call from her oncologist who was shocked that I felt this small change. And he said, how on earth did you feel that? Because it was cancer and an aggressive form, and she's having a mastectomy. But it was so small. And I said, what a teachable moment. This is an oncologist calling me. And I said, it's a win for preventative health. I did my job. And I shared it and empowered the patient to speak to her doctor to get a mammogram. But because she came to me consistently, massage therapy is way more than just a back rub. One-on-one, we see, touch, feel, and connect with people for an hour at a time. And for her, over the course of 2 decades, I knew her tissues well. How rewarding is that? But we don't share these stories in a professional, respectful way. And I know some of the backlash will be, we can't do testimonials. That's not a testimonial. That's an opportunity to communicate with physicians about things that you have done. I've spoken at medical conferences and shared stories, not in particular stating a patient's name, but overall what we do and how we do it and why we believe we deserve to sit in the center of the integrative health model. And that's why I created Preventative Health Awareness Month that was recognized by Health Canada, because it didn't exist. We literally wait till things are broken and then our healthcare system gets into action. But as massage therapists, we see a lot on our tables. And that is just, to me, all I see is opportunity for our profession to grow. The future is bright, but we have to take some ownership collectively, arm in arm, to move this profession forward.
It's such a good show of the power of networking and collaborating and maintaining a professional communication with a doctor, a physician, or any other profession that we can all work together to really, really help people beyond what we thought we could do, beyond what we think we can do, or the box that we put ourselves in. And also, what a beautiful segue into FAM. Tell us more about Preventative Health Awareness Month.
Yeah, it's so exciting. So when I sold Wallace for Wellness in its existing form, because I was ready sort of for the next phase of my career where I wanted to do more education and advocacy work and really elevate our profession as a whole. For about 5 years, I was looking at the Health Canada website on the Health Promotion Day and days on their website. And there was all kinds of things for all different diseases. And don't get me wrong, God forbid, if you're diagnosed with cancer or diabetes or whatever the condition may be, you want to have support and awareness campaigns and education. However, there was, to me, a glaring gap. The gap was there was nothing, not a day, a week, a month, on prevention. And as a massage therapist, I believe that's where we live. That's right in our wheelhouse of passion. I love to give this analogy. In Canada, and the US is the same, we have people that are healthy here, and then we have people that are sick here. When I say sick, when you finally get that diagnosis, when that x-ray finally shows something, when the blood work finally hits a certain level, because I know the massage therapist watching will relate to this. If I had $1 for every time one of my patients said to me, Margaret, I don't feel well, but my doctor says I'm within normal range. So it hasn't quite shown up yet. They haven't hit this threshold yet, but they're not well. They're somewhere in here. Well, to me, this is where massage therapists live, work, and benefit everyone. When we spend time with them, and regardless of whether they have a diagnosis yet, we help put them into action by the laying on of hands, by the connecting with other healthcare professionals, changing their lifestyle, their nutrition, their movement, whatever it may be. This opportunity gap in the middle helps prevent perhaps someone getting to that diagnosis of a disease. Or if they have the disease, even a preventative mindset can help them transition and live with the disease in a better way. So the fact that there was this gaping hole on the Health Canada website, there was no education whatsoever or investment in preventative health, I felt that was my calling. And so not last December, but the year previous, I sat down at my computer and I poured my heart out and put in an application to Health Canada. Now, I didn't share my own personal story, but the reason I became a massage therapist was because as a young girl, a competitive national athlete, I went 10 years undiagnosed with a very serious condition. My health story, 10 surgeries, 4 bowel obstructions, a lung collapse. I've had a fecal transplant, like on Grey's Anatomy, because I almost died from a hospital-borne infection. And I went through menopause at 39. I'm 56. What I learned from that experience as a young girl was if it wasn't for allopathic conventional medicine, I wouldn't be speaking to you. But equally and profoundly true if it wasn't for complementary medicine. Notice I didn't say alternative. We're not alternative as massage therapists. We complement every other healthcare professional. So I won't even use that. My mind won't even allow me to use that term. And that teaches others how to treat us. And so when I opened Wallace for Wellness 32 years ago, I really had a vision of bringing all these healthcare professionals together, but looking at it through a preventative lens. So fast forward 32 years later, I told them my health story. I told them my career story and how passionate I am as a massage therapist. And then I told them that I wanted to host the first ever Preventative Health Awareness Month, which would happen in February, and then Movement, which happens 365 days a year, where I was going to bring together 40 to 50 healthcare professionals from all aspects of health, allopathic medicine, complementary medicine, where we're going to stock the toolboxes of Canadians and globally, because it's online, a digital campaign, to stock the toolbox so that people can get into action, improve their health esteem, and become the CEO of their health. And I was going to do it regardless. No funding, we were doing it. And I got to tell you how humbling it was last January when I had 50 healthcare professionals, doctors, surgeons, naturopaths, massage therapists, physios, organizations saying, yes, this is so needed. We're in. Fast forward year 2 of FAM, Preventative Health Awareness Month. Actually, let's go back a year. On January 15th of last year, I got a call from Health Canada saying, this is unbelievable. Your application was incredible. And do you have a website? I didn't have a website, but that doesn't stop an entrepreneur. Within 2 weeks, I got a website up. Is it progress over perfection? That's the other thing. How do you get started? Build the muscle, the confidence muscle, just get started. And they said, okay, we'll put it on the Health Canada website. Now, thousands of people are seeing this. Now, this year, I've got organizations reaching out to me, a regional cancer center, and I'm meeting tomorrow on the last day of Preventative Health Awareness Month, well, not the second last day, with the health critic in the federal government, because they're blown away, grassroots, with no funding, that we've managed to bring together 29 days of free content to educate and empower everyday Canadians and Americans, if they follow us, to become the CEO of your health. But you know what I'm most proud of? It's a massage therapist that started this. And at the heartbeat of moving forward, it's going to be massage therapy. I want more massage therapists giving their genius. There's already massage therapists contributing content, but there's room for more. Just like there's room for more chiropodists and doctors and naturopaths. I just did an interview right before doing this with a physician, an internist, and a diabetes and lifestyle medicine doctor. And he was thanking me for being the visionary behind this. This is going somewhere, and I want massage therapy along for the ride. And I want to elevate all of your practices with that. And that's what we can do better together when we have a mindset of collaboration over competition, and when we think global but act local.
So how can people get involved? What does it look like for people to start making a difference for themselves and for others?
Well, I'm hoping, we had some sponsors this year. I'm hoping we're going to get some grants, and I'm going to try to make this a not-for-profit soon, because this is not about me. It never was about me. But we need funding. We're collaborating with Humber College PR department because they're going to help us elevate the message. So first of all, go to Instagram and Facebook and follow Wallace for Wellness. We'll eventually have a separate website and Instagram and all the things for FAM, Preventative Health Awareness Month and Movement. Follow us, reach out to me, go to wallaceforwellness.com, go to the practitioner side. I do coaching, but you can also say, hey, I want to be a FAMbassador. That's what we're calling them. A FAMbassador, where you can contribute your expertise from where you are, so that it becomes, not only are you helping to educate the masses, but what's been so cool to watch when we talk about interprofessional collaboration, massage therapists and doctors and holistic nutritionists and physios that are all involved in this are starting to meet new people and referring to one another that they don't even know because they've met through FAM. How cool is that? And I know this is going to scale across the country and hopefully across North America, because there's never been a more important time to put the everyday person into the driver's seat of their health, but to do it collectively for all of us. So reach out, send me an email, tell me you want to be involved. The other thing we have is the first of its kind, Preventative Health Practitioner Directory and Resource. What is this? Once again, I'm trying to fill a void. You can go to, for example, the RMTAO and find the massage therapists in Ontario, or you can go and find physiotherapists under their organization. But there wasn't one directory integratively where all these practitioners were together, because think about it this way. A patient may have diabetes. Is there one practitioner to treat diabetes? Of course not. We as massage therapists can treat diabetes in certain ways. A dietitian can help. An exercise specialist can help. And so this database that I'm creating, this resource, will allow people to put in not only where they are, they can search for practitioner, so to find a massage therapist, or they could search by condition. Because what I'm hoping to do is help the average Canadian find their integrative health team in their community. So we want this to scale. This is a huge undertaking and it costs money. The database that I'm creating has been a lot of money. So there's a small fee for therapists to be in it. I'm vetting every professional that comes in because this isn't about just taking anyone. I want true practitioners that believe in a better together, that believe in prevention, and that really truly believe in this mission. And what we're hoping, and we're talking to family health teams, doctors want to help, but they don't know where to refer. Well, wouldn't it be great if the directory, if the FAM directory was something that they could be using to say, oh, here, try this directory. You might be able to find a practitioner of whatever kind in your area to help you be the driver, be the CEO of your health. So there's so much excitement and it's growing every day. I'm pretty tired. It's almost the end of February, but then it rolls over into preventative health awareness movement. We have a podcast and television show on Spotify called Famcast. You want to be a guest on our podcast? I want to elevate massage therapists. And we can do this better together. But I want to attract the people that have that mindset where there's room for all of us.
Yeah, building the mindset first and then growing together. It's so exciting. It's very exciting for the future of massage therapy and massage therapists to be recognized and integrated into health like we know we need to be, we want to be, to help more people at the end of the day.
And I say this about ClinicSense because, like I said, we don't have funding, and I use ClinicSense. I used it when I had my big practice. I use it now. I brought a new bone scan to Canada from Europe with an interventional radiologist. It's a game changer for massage therapy. We should do that another time. And I'm using ClinicSense for that. But do you know as well, it was ClinicSense working with me that allowed me to actually use the marketing tools and the newsletters to get the word out about preventative health in the early days of it. And to this day, still does that on top of our blog that we have for FAM. So know that using your tools, and that's why I love collaborating with ClinicSense and why I'm here right now doing this with you, because ClinicSense has a mindset that is very different than a lot of other, at least from my perspective, than a lot of other platforms out there. They really are about not just elevating the practitioner and their business. That's important. We have to be successful or you don't, you won't be doing this. But you also care about educating and investing in that education and ways in which to innovatively work better together. And that's why I'm with ClinicSense. It has been instrumental in helping me launch FAM, and I want to thank you guys for that.
Well, thank you. I think I speak for ClinicSense when I say we do what we do to help you and to help therapists elevate their practice and, help more people. So thank you very much. Where can people find you? Where can people find more information? What are the resources available?
So WallisForWellness.com, and Wallace is not spelled like you think, WALLIS or FOR wellness.com. You can also put in become the CEO of your health.com and it'll direct you to Wallace for Wellness. There you will find, where you can, as a practitioner, how I can help you, whether it's hosting a bone scan in your clinic, whether it's coaching. Then the FAM, you'll see the FAM button there. Oh, I didn't even tell you this. We're launching a CEO of your health hub, which is an educational learning hub for everyday people that when I created this with my e-learning team can be white labeled for therapists to use it for their clinics, a way for you to take your genius, put it online, and in between those appointments, help to educate and empower your patients to be the CEO of your health. So that hub is launching in the next month or so. So if you have interest in doing that and finding another revenue stream for your business, that's something we have. So WallisForWellness.com. In social, Wallace for Wellness on Instagram and Facebook. Follow Become the CEO of Your Health on Facebook. And of course, YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Wallace for Wellness, and you'll see Become the CEO of Your Health, where you're going to see all kinds of education we've done with optometrists to hormonal health series with a doctor to all the stuff we're doing with FAM and and then send me an email to mwallace@wallaceforwellness.com. You'll be able to DM me. I will answer any way you want to get a hold of me.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Before we finish, I actually do have a little question. Are there any other fun collaborations that you've made apart from the optometrist that have been surprising, that people might be surprised that is possible?
Oh, I do a lot. So I do a lot of corporate work. And when we say corporate work, think smarter or work smarter, not harder. So using I love hands-on work, but I think massage therapists underestimate how much knowledge we have in here. But you want to have longevity. And I still treat, but not like I used to. But I use my skills to educate and empower people. And so I do corporate wellness programs, collaborating with an interventional radiologist and bringing a new Health Canada device from Italy to Canada, a bone scan that is a perfect fit with musculoskeletal health. And the interventional radiologist is learning from me and I'm learning from him. People wouldn't think that. What else? I've been spoken at a mammography conference on self-care for the caregiver. They flew me to the other side of the country and taking care of the caregiver, but that was through collaborating and nurturing relationships. And then they saw that, they needed help for their own profession. And so I spoke to a group of radiologists and mammographers. Trying to think what else. A lot of sports teams, which you would expect, but thinking about it in different ways. I jumped out of an airplane and convinced 19 other people to do so when I launched my new website. And we raised money for 2 charities, so that was unique. Bethel Hospice and spinal muscular atrophy, because I have a family member who has spinal muscular atrophy. And we got a lot of media attention. It helped to launch our website. But what it did was elevate our profession. Well, I jumped out of an airplane with and you can see that on YouTube. So I just always think outside your treatment room walls and be creative. There's room for all of us. And so these are the things I love to mentor and help people figure out what that works for them. But those are just a few, but I'm sure there's others.
Amazing. Thank you so much. You really are inspiring and make it feel like we can do the thing. We can do anything is possible. Put your mind to it, go for it, try it. We can do it together.
You absolutely can. And I truly, truly believe that. And there is room for all of us. And I really want to foster a different mindset within our profession to elevate one another. And that can change the game for all of us when it comes to positioning us. And I'm seeing that when I'm meeting with government officials and lobbying to have things changed in our the perception needs to change, but it's up to us to do that. And the only way to do that is to work collectively and collaboratively and not with competition. So that's really, really my important message today.
Amazing. Thank you so much. We're so happy and so grateful for you to be a part of our community and for talking to us today. This was awesome. Thank you so much. I know we've got all the links and everything in the comments below. If anyone has ever any questions for us or for Margaret, please reach out to us and have a great day. Good luck with the rest of all of your endeavors. Have fun. I'm sure you will. And thank you so much again.
And can please tell everybody to go and join the family. Go to wallaceforwellness.com and subscribe. So the blog, because that way I have your information. And then, if you want to write for the blog, we can have that. But I need you to join the family. I want to show the government. I mean, our list now is up over 1,000 people. This is organic. We've not spent any money on marketing. 1,000 people and climbing. And how you could help is to spread the word about FAM so we can be better together.
Amazing. Thank you so much. We'll see you around. I'm sure we'll see you in the community. Have an awesome day.
You too. Bye, everyone.
Thank you again. Bye.